So, so I don't want to make it a habit of showing fighters. No, it's not even a habit. I don't want fighters doing the wrong thing. So we're gonna get back to the basics of boxing. Let's go.
Floyd outdoing him. He always been like that. You know what I mean? So I gotta focus on what I'm focusing on. He already did what he had to do, bro.
For sure.
I ain't gonna lie.
You thought it was just an off night, or?
Everybody has an off night. Everybody has an off night.
Gervonta Tank Davis is reportedly furious after learning that Floyd Mayweather may have visited Lamont Roach's training camp ahead of their upcoming rematch. Tank views this move as a betrayal by his former mentor. He's been vocal about his strained relationship with Mayweather, even suggesting that being close to Floyd causes more problems than it's worth. Davis hinted that Mayweather's influence negatively impacted him behind the scenes, both personally and professionally. Though he hasn't shared all the details, it's clear their relationship was far more complicated than what fans saw publicly. Now, with the rematch against Roach on the horizon, Tank is determined to stay focused on his own path, far from Mayweather's shadow.
You know, he the one told Frank that I was running at 7 o'clock in the morning, Friday. He told Frank that. He was giving Frank tips and stuff like that. But I knew for sure that wasn't going to be enough to beat me. It's cool. It's all right. I don't really think too much of it. He's not going to hurt me. You know what I mean? So it's good to beef with him than be cool with him, because he can do some crazy stuff. He'll put you in bad situations.
Tank Davis has opened up about his current stance on Floyd Mayweather, making it clear that his focus is entirely on his own career. While he acknowledges Mayweather's achievements and legacy, Davis doesn't expect, or seek, support from his former promoter. He understands Floyd's position and says he'd probably act the same way if he were in Mayweather's shoes. Rather than holding any resentment, Tank recognizes that Floyd has moved on. For Davis, this rematch is about building his own legacy and proving that his success is a result of his own work, discipline, and drive.
Camp and crew or something, or not?
Floyd outdoing him. He always been like that. You know what I mean? So I gotta focus on what I'm focusing on. He already did what he had to do, bro.
For sure.
I ain't gonna lie. Me, if I did what I like what he did in the sport, I ain't gonna lie, I'd be the same way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't fault him for like standing to himself and things like that. But it's also a part of me type thing, like come back and help too. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's much love to the whole Mayweather promotion. You know what I mean? Ain't no bad blood type shit. And a lot of people think like when I be tweeting on Instagram, I be mad. I just be talking shit.
Floyd Mayweather's alleged visit to Lamont Roach's training camp has stirred controversy in the boxing world. Known for his strategic mind, Mayweather has often criticized younger fighters for their technical flaws, offering his guidance to help shape the next generation. But his involvement with Roach, especially with a rematch looming, has made Tank Davis feel betrayed. Floyd helped guide Tank to stardom, so seeing him now assist the opposition cuts deep. This echoes past instances, like with Frank Martin, where Mayweather appeared to shift loyalties. Despite the drama, Davis knows he must stay focused and let his performance in the ring speak for itself.
A lot of fighters think it's just this. Let's do it. Come on. See, a lot of fighters think it's just this. So I don't want to make it a habit of showing fighters. No, it's not even a habit. I don't want fighters doing the wrong thing. So we're gonna get back to the basics of boxing. Let's go. See the long jab? See the long jab?
Boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. has praised Lamont Roach, calling him a dangerous and highly skilled fighter. Jones emphasized Roach's adaptability, strong fundamentals, and high ring IQ. Roach's performance against Tank Davis proved he's capable of competing at the sport's highest level. What sets Roach apart, according to Jones, is his ability to overcome adversity and his commitment to improving with every fight. While he may not have Tank's knockout reputation, his precision, timing, and discipline make him a real threat. Jones believes Roach's work ethic and mental toughness will keep him in the conversation as one of the sport's top contenders.
Presumably, Tank is supposed to, win this fight. This is a fight that there's not a lot of doubt about him coming out victorious in. So the talk shifts, and we got to know, Roy, from your perspective, Tank Shakur. When you think about that fight being a potential fight this year, how do you see it going?
I ain't gonna really think about that yet because I'm waiting after he finishes his fight with Roach. Roach is not just your average everyday opponent. Roach is a person who knows Tank, who's been around Tank his whole life. This is a different fight. You can't put Roach to the side like that. I'm sorry. Now, I'm not saying that he's gonna win the fight. I don't know that, but Roach cannot be this underrated like that. You understand? You gotta understand that Roach came from basically the same ecosystem as Tank came from. Roach is a very formidable opponent. So I'm not gonna talk about none of that till we get by Roach, because what I'm telling you about the other stuff don't really mean nothing right now.
Okay, let me ask you this, because this did happen.
I'm feeling good always. How you doing?
I'm always good. You're a special fighter. Tank's a special fighter. What do you like about him? What's different?
I like that when Tank come to fight, Tank come to knock you out. Tank don't come to just beat you by decision. He come to take you out. He come to try to get the job done best way he can. And he loves to come there and entertain the fans. He's not there to play around. He's trying to smoke you. And that's what life's supposed to be about.
Okay, if you played in the NBA, what would be the team you would choose to play with?
Right now, I'll play Milwaukee.
Why?
I like Dame and I like Giannis.
Roy, did you see what happened between T.O. and Bud?
No. Yeah, I did see, yeah.
What are your thoughts on it? Because the whole thing that came out of that, right, was that T.O. said, hey, he apologized and he was leveraging racism as promotion.
Right, he don't want no part of Bud, what that means.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
Speaking of Bud, what are your thoughts on it?
For Lamont Roach, every fight is more than just a shot at victory. It's a chance to make a statement. His ultimate goal isn't just to win, but to knock out his opponent and leave no doubts. Roach has dedicated himself to the craft, pouring countless hours into perfecting his technique. If he's able to stop Tank Davis in the rematch, it would mark a turning point in his career, a moment that validates all the hard work and proves he belongs among boxing's elite.
I meant earlier. My initial plan is to win, but every time I fight, I'm trying to knock somebody out. So, if that happens in the midst of it, that'd be a blessing. That'd be definitely something that I work for, because I work my ass off. But if he on his way out, well, why not kick his ass out?
Lamont Roach thrives on proving his critics wrong. Throughout his career, he's faced doubts about whether he belongs at the top. After his first bout with Tank Davis, some felt he didn't do enough to secure the win. Now, heading into the rematch, Roach is using that criticism as fuel. He's determined to show that he's not just good, he's great. With sharpened skills and laser focus, Roach aims to silence the doubters and prove once and for all that he deserves his place among the sport's best.
It does in a sense, but yeah, it do for sure. I ain't gonna lie. I like to prove people wrong, and I damn sure like to prove myself right. So it definitely gives me an incentive. And like I said before, I've been here before. The Hector fight, they had me duck. Right now, they really got me. They really got me. So it's an agenda. I got it on the agenda to upset a lot of people.
Tank Davis looked more vulnerable than ever in the ring, and a lot of that credit goes to Lamont Roach. Roach's composure, counterpunching, and smart strategy made the fight far more competitive than many expected. His ability to handle Tank's power and respond with confidence shook Davis in a way no opponent had before. Now the rematch is more than just a fight. It's a chance for Roach to prove the first bout wasn't a fluke. Critics say one great night doesn't define greatness, but if Roach can repeat that performance, he'll cement his place among boxing's elite. Meanwhile, Davis supporters believe their fighter simply had an off night, and that a focused Tank will reassert his dominance.
Great fighter. And it sounds harsh, but what is he great at? He had a great night, doesn't make him a great fighter. Buster Douglas had a great night, never was a great fighter. I love you, George. I love George Kambosos. Really great night from you when you beat Teofimo Lopez. You were never a great fighter. And never has he shown us he was a great fighter. He was on nobody's radar. 25 plus fights. And then he has one great night, one great fight. And a lot of guys want to say, oh, he's a great fighter. What about Roach versus Loma, Roach versus Shakur, Roach versus Keyshawn, Haney, Teo. No. 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 I'm not allowing you guys to do that. He had a great night. You got to show me that again and again. If you could show me that 2 more times, that this wasn't just a great night, I'm a great fighter now, then I'll give it to you. But one great night. You cannot be an alcoholic for 25 years, go 1 day without drinking, and expect me to call you sober. You can't.
Rolly Romero has defended Tank Davis, stating that one bad night doesn't define a fighter's career. Romero insists that Tank is still one of the most dangerous and skilled fighters in boxing. Even legends have off nights, and Davis's performance against Roach shouldn't overshadow his legacy. With his record, knockout power, and past accomplishments, Tank remains a top name in the sport. According to Romero, the rematch is Tank's chance to shut down the critics and remind everyone why he's still one of the best.
His credit thing is he's still a pound-for-pound fighter.
Yeah. What do you think about that fight that happened? You thought it was just an off night, or?
Everybody has an off night. Everybody has an off night. Shit, I had a off night with Cruz. Everyone has a off night. It's boxing.
You want to run that back with Cruz or what?
Maybe down the line.
That wraps up today's video. Stay tuned for more updates and analysis from the world of boxing.